Hello friends, welcome to the world of Lean Six Sigma. I am Mohit Sharma, your mentor and coach on Lean Six Sigma issues and problems. First of all, Happy New Year to all of you. In this new year, this is my first video. So this video is a case study in which an electronic manufacturing company in India is facing an issue with the annual maintenance of its products. Too many products are failing in the warranty period. Team analyzed data and found out that the defect rate of their components has increased from 0.5% to 15% in the last 6 months. Team further analyzed the data and found that from all kind of electronic devices, AC failure rate is maximum. For that, the team created a project charter in which there are 6 elements of a project charter: business case, problem statement, goal statement, scope of the project, milestones, and then the team charter. So the project charter was created for the management to look at the entire scope of the project, starting from the problem, goal statement, the scope and milestones, and who all will take part in the project. From starting to end, this is the summary of the entire project in one slide. So this has been created for the management to decide whether the project is good to go or not. Once the charter is approved, the team proceed to the next phase. So in the project charter, the problem statement was based on the last 6 months data, it was observed that AC defect rate has gone up from 2% to 24%. And the goal statement that they took was to reduce the AC defect rate from 24% to 5% by December 2019. In scope of the project was AC department only, and the out of the scope was all other electronic devices. So team started this project in March 19 and they had to finish that by 10th December 2019. In the team charter, the sponsor was the HOD Repair and After Sales Services. The champion was Vice President After Sales. The mentor is Mohit Sharma. Process owner was the Head of Operations. And the team members were ABR, OYZ and RTZ. So I'm refraining from putting names here. The next thing the team did was to brainstorm and identify what are the causes of the huge defect rate. So some of the brainstorming points under process were there no established process for service center feedback to the operations team. Those who are performing or those who are creating those devices, the feedback was not going back to them. Under people, AC department has new recruits, so that could be one of the reasons. And the next was installation staff not trained properly, so they might be making some mistakes while installing the AC. The next was production team is not motivated, so that could be the reason they are producing more defects. Technical parameters, high voltage could be one of the issues, or temperature variations could be one of the issues that is causing a defect in the AC. There were certain components like broken solder pad could be one of the issues, a systematic heat sink or a broken diode. External factors, rains, they can cause failures, or AC installed in different temperature areas could be causing this particular problem. So team went ahead and they collected data on these parameters. Now I will take you to Minitab where the data on some of these parameters have been collected and it has been analyzed. Data is put into Minitab. In column C2T, the data represents defect or no defects, which is the project Y. In column C3T, data for asymmetric heat sink is there. It is yes or no data. Column C4 contains broken solder pad, yes or no. And column C5 contains broken diode, yes or no. In temperature, there are 3 ranges: 35 degrees, 40 degrees or greater than 40 degrees. And the next column contains voltage. Voltage also has 3 ranges. One is 110 to 135, less than 110 and greater than 135. Project Y is discrete, which is defect or no defect, column C2, and the X's are also discrete. So the test that we are going to run today is called chi-square test for association. Path for that is stat, tables and chi-square test for association. Click OK. Under rows, you will enter defect, no defect, and under column, you will enter asymmetric heat sink. So now look at the p-value of this test, which is greater than 0.05, which indicates that this is not impacting the project Y, which is defect or no defect. Let's test the next X. For that, we will use the same path, stat, tables, chi-square test for association. Under columns, we will enter broken solder pad and then we will click OK. Since the p-value of this test is also greater than 0.05, hence it is also not a significant contributor. So now let's move on to the next one. In Minitab, to open the last used command, you can use Ctrl E as the shortcut key. So I am using chi-square test, hence the chi-square test has been opened when I pressed Ctrl E. In column, now I will enter broken diode. So double click on broken diode to enter. Now press OK. If you look at the p-value now, which is again greater than 0.05, suggests that it is not a contributing factor. Let's move on to the next one, which is temperature. Now press Ctrl E again. Under columns, we will enter temperature. Double click on temperature to enter here. Now click OK. Let's look at the p-value. P-value of 0.000 suggests it is less than 0.05. Hence, temperature is a contributing factor. So in chi-square test, the values like 8, 7 and 75, this is the data that we have entered. So this is the measured value here. Minitab also calculates the values, which are the expected values. So the first one is 43.56, the second one is 32.22 and the third one is 14.22. So which in this case indicates that system is expecting us to create 14.22 defects, but we have produced 75 defects. It means whenever the temperature goes beyond 40 degrees, the system is producing more defects. So whenever the team is going to provide solutions to this problem, they need to figure this out, that the temperature should not cross 40 degrees. I will press Ctrl E again. And under columns, I will enter voltage and click OK. P-value of 0 indicates that it is also a contributing factor. So if we look at this, the voltage between 110 and 135, expected defects are 73, but we are only creating 9 defects. It means the product should always function in between this range. The voltage fluctuations should not happen. If the fluctuation is happening, if it is greater than 135, 8 defects, 8.64 defects is what we can produce, but we are producing 42 defects. And if it is less than 110, then also the defect rate is huge. 8.28 is expected and 39 defects are there. So there should be an inbuilt transformer which should not let the voltage go beyond these two different ranges. With the help of this, team was able to identify that temperature and voltage are the two main contributors because of which the defect rate has increased. There was a brainstorming session which was done by the team again to identify how can they keep the temperature in range and voltage in range. So they identified and implemented those solutions, and finally the overall defect rate has gone down to 0.5%, which was expected from the project. So with the help of this, they saved $200,000 per annum because they are making less errors and mistakes. So the ACs are not broken in the warranty period now, and they are spending less amount or less effort to repair those ACs. So hence cost avoidance or the cost saving is $200K per annum. So friends, I hope you really like this video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and share this video with your friends. I will see you in my next upcoming video. Till then, take care. Bye bye.